Hello, I'm Jojo. Welcome to the first episode of Yalson The Agile. This is a OSRS Snowflake Ironman series in which I am going to play a combat-only account. Combat-only, or 807 for short, accounts train the combat stats, and usually they also train Slayer, which is arguably a combat stat, but for my account, we're going to change it up a little bit. I am going to not train Slayer, and I'm going to train Agility instead. This because I really love running around in circles for hours on end, and because Agility is usually the thing that locks an 807 account out of going to the Godwars dungeon. So yeah, as you guessed it, the goal for this account is to get to the Godwars dungeon. I'm going to try and obtain a full Bandos armor set with all these account restrictions. It should be a pretty interesting journey. Also, for those who are uninitiated, an Ironman account on OSRS is an account that cannot trade other players. So therefore, everything has to be obtained by oneself. However, this account will already have different challenges from a normal Ironman account, because obviously if you don't have access to all skills, you don't have access to all quests, you don't have access to most upgrades people would go for, and not training Slayer is also a big difference, because Slayer gives you your account, at least certainly an 807 account, a very obvious way of progressing, like getting to the bigger level monsters to get the better pieces of gear, very logically. Also, because I train the agility skill, I will have access to certain things that other 807 accounts don't have access to. So certain clue steps I will be able to do, others I won't be able to do, like certain emote clues that require Slayer drops, or Sherlock tasks that require to kill Slayer monsters. Clues will be very important for this account, because obviously they give us some best installed items. Every 807 hunts the combat bracelet in the elite caskets and tries to get an amulet glory T from hard caskets, so those things are definitely something we are shooting for. The boot upgrades from medium clues, so that should be very exciting to see me try and chase, because it'll be different from most clue accounts, because once again you can't do every step, so there'll be some more juggling and some more sad drops than you would expect. One more thing to really mention is quests. 807s can't do many quests for obvious reasons. I will be able to do some quests that a normal 807 won't be able to do, but I won't be having as much need of them, because most 807s force themselves to do at least 50 quest points to get an extra Slayer block slot, which is obviously not important for me. But what was initially important for me is that I can get a lot of nice unlocks from quests. I thought that I could do Monkey Madness 1. I thought that I could do Horror from the Deep because of my agility exception. But apparently I was very wrong. So before this one episode, I released an episode 0. This episode 0 is a really rambly, annoying video where I talk about everything I think I can and will do and that I need to do. But I've been playing the account more and more, and I've been talking with the lovely people in the 807 Discord group, which I recommend you join if you are interested in the game mode. And they have already pointed out a few fatal flaws with my account build. So first of all, Monkey Madness 1 is uncompletable. Something I completely forgot or didn't notice is that you have to at some point cook a snack, and if you cook it you get 180 cooking XP, which would immediately put me up a few cooking levels, breaking the account build, so that's not possible, which is really sad, because the Dragon Scimitar was something I was definitely looking forward to, as I don't have access to a whip. I will be stuck on a Rune Scimitar for a little longer, or I'll have to look at Obsidian Swords. But that'll be explained in further episodes, and I will also be mentioning the Dragon Simi wrongly. So when I talk about it, you already know that I'm a fool, and then I'm not gonna obtain a Dragon Scimitar ever. Same thing goes for Horror from the Deep. This is something I noticed myself because I already started doing the quests. I had everything in my bank except for one thing, molten glass. And molten glass is apparently something you can not buy. You have to create it yourself. And it's also not a drop from any kind of monster. The only place you can actually get it from is the Theater of Blood. Now, I looked into even entry mode Theater of Blood to get this 1 in 30 molten glass drop, and it's just not worth it. If I'm going to the Theater of Blood entry mode, I'm going to have to get certain amounts of upgrades. I would probably already have things in my offhand slot that are going to outrank the God book, so Horror from the Deep is alas not possible, and it's also not important at the point where I can complete it. Maybe I'll do it one day for completion's sake, but it's definitely not an important thing. Other things to keep in mind for the series is I can go to the Godwars dungeon and I can kill 3 out of the 4 bosses. I can kill obviously I can kill Godwar to get my full bundle set. I can kill the Semi-General Krill for his upgrades. I might do that, I might not. Who knows? And I even can kill Commander Ziliana thanks to my agility exception. But I won't be killing Kree because I do not have access to a mithril grapple hook. They only drop from the Ancient Cavern, and the Ancient Cavern is inaccessible due to me not being able to complete the Barbarian training. Also, another thing that's really sad for 807s in general, not for my account specifically, is that we do not have a way to get a block of granite, which is something we would need to access the Piety Prayer through the Knight's Training Ground quest or mini quest. So yeah, if Jagex could just give us a granite reward from somewhere, that would be really, really nice. So that's about it. Just enjoy me playing this account. In the first few episodes, I think about 5 or 6 episodes, I will be making a lot of dumb assumptions. You will see. I even make a pretty big mistake in this first episode, which I will definitely talk about more in the next one. I hope you enjoy, and we're off to adventuring. The goals for this first episode is probably going to run some bones from the boneyard in the wilderness to the chaos altar, get myself some free prayer levels. As the early level in the wilderness, you won't be easily killed because of your low combat level, so this is a perfect time to do it. And probably Stronghold of Security, some early questing, maybe even a beginner clue. I think that's about it. Sit back, relax, go grab a drink, a snack. I'm gonna try and make this as entertaining as possible. I have no video editing skills, so I'm gonna do my best to make this fun for you to watch. If you wanna follow the progress, subscribe to the channel, and like it if you like it. Alright, welcome to the Boneyard. If you don't know where this is about a bit north of the Ferox Enclave. We are going to be picking up a big bone spawn right here. We've also picked up an iron scimitar, so hey, the first upgrade is already here. We're going to take all these bones to the Chaos Altar, which is about half of the wilderness west of where we are right now. And as you can see, these skeletons pack a punch on this level 3 account, so I am sometimes going to have to run away, hide, heal up a bit, and I think I even run around with half inventory once, just because I have to go back to the Ferox Enclave to heal myself. As you probably can tell, this is not live commentary. The first 2 episodes will probably be all commentated over like I'm doing right now, for the simple reason that I was lazy. I wanted to play the account super bad, but I didn't want to record clips or record audio because I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. But that'll be different in the future. As you can see right now, I am putting them bones on the altar, and it's very satisfying. The first few levels, it's like every 2 bones you get a level. So yeah, we instantly jump up a couple of levels, which is pretty nice. And as you will see, we do this process quite a few times, but I'm not gonna bore you with it. All you really need to know is that it's a good idea to start your account off like this. There we go. That's about the last level I was gonna get from this little grind. If I was a smarter man, I would have pushed through to level 43 to get Protect from Melee and the other overhead prayers, which are very crucial to basically any account. But I don't know, I got really tired of doing it. So yeah, I decided to stop it right there. So yeah, time for some quests. I'm going to start with one of the most iconic quests in old school, and not Cook's Assistant, obviously. We don't want no cooking XP on this account, but the Restless Ghost. Very exciting times ahead, not fighting a skeleton and all that. So yeah, put some good extra prayer XP, which is gonna help us get to that 43 prayer that we should have gotten, but you know. Alright, we have made it to the other priest's house, from one father to another. Alright, and now we've made it back to the ghost. For those who don't know, I can talk to this ghost because the first father asked me to go to the second father for help to talk to him, and he gave me an amulet of ghost speak. And now this ghost is going to tell me his life story. Something about his skull missing, as you can see. So yeah, let's go find his skull. We have arrived at the Wizard's Tower, the presumed location of the skull. Legendary tower, of course. Let's see. Skull was guarded by a walking skeleton. Very apt. Okay, let's return the skull. Oh. Hello, Mr. Ghost. You've got your skull. I think every OSRS YouTuber has these quests filmed way too long, because it always feels like an achievement to get a good amount of prayer XP. And you know, everybody leaves this clip in, so I guess I will too. There he goes. Bye bye. Into the river Lum. Have a nice swim. And there we go. That's the first quest complete and 26 prayer. Nice. Alrighty then. I think I'm going to move up through a beautiful Lumbridge, and make make my way downtown, walking fast to the pub where Mr. Vales is waiting with a beautiful quest that introduces new players to clue scrolls. And here we are at Mr. Vales. He's gonna give us a nice little quest to basically go and get our first clue scroll. It's not an actual one. It's a special one for this quest. And I thought I'd grab this little moment to explain to those who don't know what a clue scroll actually is. It's like a little treasure map that will send you on a little adventure throughout Gielinor. You'll have to dig in spots, you'll have to summon Yuri, the clue master, you are going to have to do little riddles, and at the end you get a casket. In that casket there will be a multitude of different things, some very useful for snowflake accounts like mine, some very unuseful for everyone, but that's part of the fun. You never know what you're gonna get, so get used to seeing me do this, because we will be doing as much as we can to get certain unlocks, but obviously I will explain the specific importance of each clue tier as we do them throughout the series. So yeah, look forward to it. I myself do enjoy a good clue opening, so that was a quest. Here we are back at Vales. We give him his casket. We didn't open this one because he specifically asked us not to, and that's quest complete. An antique lamp and a beginner clue scroll. So a clue scroll, an actual one that we will do. Okay, so Vales is asking us if we want to go to the Great Kourend, and I see no reason not to follow him on a boat on the other side of the world, so let's check it out. And he also has a new quest for us here, so yeah, we're going to do that as well. This is not classically a quest everybody will do as their third quest, but it's called Client of Kourend, and it actually unlocked quite a few things for our account, so we are going to do it right away. And that's as fast as I could have done it, at least in editing. Basically, the quests lets you walk around the whole of Kourend, talk to each representative of a house. I proceed to put all of the lamps I got from X Market Spot and Client of Kourend into prayer. This will be a no-brainer for the account. Prayer is one of the harder skills to train. So I'm going to put all my lamps onto prayer. One of the other beautiful rewards from the Client of Kourend quest is this book, which I equipped. And this is where we make a huge mistake. I will explain this later, but I put a favor certificate for a house onto Shazian. Now Shazian favor will be important for us, and at this point I thought this was the smartest move, but in a future episode I will definitely explain why it wasn't. Okay, now for something basically every account does at the start, we're going to go to the Stronghold of Security. Count Check has a one-time teleport for us there, and we are going to get our 10k gold coins from the last floor and our beautiful boots. But let's stock up on some extra food. There we go, food acquired. Now let's get cracking. We're going to run down into the Stronghold of Security. All this nice cooked meat. The Stronghold nodes will leave on the ground, and we'll answer some security questions, and we'll be right there. There we are. 10,000 gold coins and beautiful boots. The colorful boots. As you can see, we didn't have much trouble down here. Still have a lot of meat left. And with that, I think it's time to start rounding out this episode with our very first clue scroll, why won't we? Here we are at the bank. A beginner clue in hand. Wants us to go to the Grand Exchange, so let's pop on over. Alright, we've made it to the Grand Exchange. Let's see, a beginner clue can be 1 to 3 steps, so let's have a little bow and talk to Yuri. We'll be talking to him very often. And we've got a casket. Not a surprise to me, of course, because I am talking to you in post. But it was a big surprise for me the first time, so yeah, kind of nice first clue. Lackluster rewards, but you know, it is what it is. We have some nice chaps to go with our lederhosen top, looking like a beast, and that's where I'm gonna end this first episode. So I hope you enjoyed. That was the first episode in the Yalson The Agile adventure. The first episode is always a bit of a weird one, as nothing really specific to my account build has happened just yet. So obviously the next episodes are going to be far more fun, far more interesting, and I hope you'll stick around to watch them. I hope you had fun with this one. I'm not sure when the next episode will be. I have footage for at least 6 or 7, maybe even more episodes. I'm not sure until I edit them. But as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm no good at video editing just yet. Maybe ever. I'm practicing. I also work my full-time job. I have a child, a wife, things to do. So the future is uncertain. But as long as there's one guy or girl or anything else out there that wants to see the video, I have fun making them, then they will come out at some point in the future. So thanks again for watching, and subscribe for more, I'd say.